Hey everybody, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. I mean, really, it has no upside at all. And I just wanted to give you my tour dates up top. Go to eddiepepitone.com. I'm going to be in Colorado. I'm going to be in Denver, Pueblo. I'm going to be in Wichita, Kansas, Des Moines, Iowa. It's all at eddiepepitone.com. Then I go to Indianapolis. I go to Louisville, Kentucky, Chicago, Raleigh, North Carolina, Richmond, Virginia, Greensboro, North Carolina, Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Macon, Georgia, Atlanta, Savannah. It's a lot, so that's through July and August, so please go to eddiepepitone.com. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, and please become a Patreon member at patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone. All right, and now to the podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. And now, here he comes. You know him, you love him, you want to give him a hug and a smooch. It's Eddie Pepitone! Hey ho! Hey ho! Hey ho! Hey ho!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon. And when I say soon, I mean extremely soon. I think you know with all that's going on, everything in complete decay, including my teeth, we are going down quickly. So Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside, is here to take you down in a laughing. We're going to laugh maniacally. We're going to lean into the darkness. Most comedians are still talking about fucking. Most comedians are still talking about fucking and cargo pants and, oh, do you have a funny story about what happened? No. We talk about what is real, and what is real is death. Death is coming, and we're glad to have you with us, and please welcome our band leader, Bobby and the Mephistophelians. Bobby!
Oh, hey, impending doom, death and despair, it's all happening.
I just like to, you know what we do here, Bob. We like to tell it like it is. And guys like you don't shy away from the end.
Oh, I like it raw. I keep it raw when I'm talking about the end. Because I know, look, I've stared death in the face. You know this.
Oh, I know
I've seen my share of warfare.
I saw it. I saw you staring death in the face on a website. I don't know if it was Tinder or Grindr, but you were staring death in the face.
I put it on all the websites.
Yeah.
Tinder, Grindr. I put fishermanonly.com.
Fisherman Only. I don't know what that is.
It's a hot site. If you're trying to date a fisherman.
By the way, if you are trying to date a fisherman, it is no fluke. All right, go ahead, Bob. Don't flounder about. Date a fisherman. All right?
Oh, man. You know what you said? You said maniacal laughter. And I like that you said that earlier because I love a good maniacal laugh. And, there's great people in the world that have maniacal laughs. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't know this, but Gandhi, if you have his recorded laugh, it's very maniacal.
Is that right, Gandhi?
Oh, yeah.
Gandhi has a great maniacal laugh. It went like this. We are not going to put one finger on the British. They are going to have to leave because we are going to do it in a non-violent fashion. I'm Gandhi, damn it! I'm Gandhi, damn it!
That's one of the sides that they never showed on the documentary, the film about Gandhi. They never showed his maniacal laugh.
No,
or
they
his
didn't.
love for women's pumps. They didn't. The two things that I really.
Now, come on, Gandhi was incredible. He really was incredible.
He was great.
I used to get the newsletter from just about when they were driving the British out, and then the British Empire collapsed when they invaded Egypt. I believe the Suez Canal. The British Empire collapsed over the Suez Canal. Look that up. It had something to do with Nasser, who wanted to nationalize all the assets. And then the United States, of course, assassinated Nasser. But anyway, Bobby...
You're so learned, Eddie.
No, not learned.
Yes, you are. When I sit here and I'm like, Jesus Christ, because I could talk to you about the 7 different types of trumpets that exist in the world, but then you're talking about Nasser and the Egypt economy and whatnot, and I'm over here like a big dum-dum.
Bobby, I just am I want to know who the fuck. This podcast is all about the fact that death is coming for us quickly. So I like to know, who are the merchants of death? And the biggest merchant of death is the United States of America. God bless this country.
God bless
for
them.
all the death it purveys all over the fucking world.
They're getting good. They're getting really good.
They're the best. They're the best at it.
Number one murderers.
But Bobby, it's great to have you with us. You look great. Tell me something. Are you losing a little weight?
I've been losing a little weight. I've been using a Nordic Trek. I found one in the dump. And
nice. Will you hose it off, or you just go right on it?
No, I had to hose it off. I had to re-lube the ski poles. And then,
hey, I wish I had a nickel for every time I re-lubed the ski pole.
Oh, it ain't easy either. You know what I mean? But it's one of those maintenances you got to do on the Nordic Track for making it work. Of course you do.
Of course you have to do that on the Nordic Track. The people who say you don't have to re-lube are crazy.
They're crazy. They're just wrong, But when I want to synthesize cross-country skiing, like I love doing, the Nordic Track really, it's been good for me, and I've dropped a few pounds.
That is great. That is great. I have to get back into the gym. I'm finally feeling better. Let's get Kevin in, Bobby.
Thank you.
Kevin Tinkin, our producer. Please welcome him, everybody. Kevin Tinkin.
How do you do?
Hey, bud.
So you were saying something about working out a little bit, and
yeah, I am finally feeling better from COVID. Like I'm feeling. It took about a month, but I think I shouldn't jinx it, but I'm not having any kind of real bad fatigue.
Yeah, it's brutal. Like it lingers. It lingers for a while.
I went to the doctor yesterday. This is not to brag, but I go to the doctor and he's handsome. Can I just say that my doctor is extremely handsome?
Is he single?
I don't know. Wow. I think he is.
Let's get the word out on the doc.
But he's really handsome. And I go in there and I try to dress up. I try to put on a little eau de Pepitone, the perfume that says we're going to die. So I go into the doctor's office. I have a little cologne.
Oh yeah.
And he's just all business, which is attractive as well. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been with someone who's all business, but you don't want someone who's a giggler. Oh, giggle. No.
Right.
No, we get attracted to people who are like, God damn it, Fred, stack the boxes.
Yeah.
Those are the attractive people.
Absolutely. I hate it when my doctor giggles. Especially when I'm like getting a prostate exam.
Dr. Giggles. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants to have a doctor named Dr. Giggles?
That would be the worst. So a man who's worked his whole life.
Doc, how's my prostate?
He's still an amazing doctor. He's got he's been to all the medical school.
Oh yeah.
But he refuses to change his last name because he loves his family legacy. And like the Giggles, we've been
God damn it, you're a Giggles. That's what his father said to him. You're a Giggles, son. You have to giggle. He's an attractive guy, and I asked him about the long COVID. He says I'm fine, but I'm going into this big heat wave to travel, and he said for me to get Gatorade Zero.
Really?
It has no sugar in it. And I'm going at high altitude. And again, that's not to brag. Look, I'm throwing a lot at you right now. Oh, Eddie has a doctor who's attractive. Eddie also goes into high altitudes, even just coming off of COVID. I got to watch it, though, because when I was in Salt Lake City, at the end of the set, I got very faint after about an hour.
Really?
Yeah. And the audience had left. That, by the way, I want to talk to the audience members who leave during my stand-up sets. Good for you. It helps us close the club out quicker. If you're gone, there's less cleanup. So please, as long as you pay, just please get the fuck out of there as soon as you can. But anyway, yeah. So Gatorade Zero. Do you ever? I never have been a Gatorade drinker, but apparently that's the best shit for electrolytes.
Really?
Yeah.
I do. I've done.
I have to stay hydrated.
Yeah. Well, if you've got a salt thing too, I mean that's another good reason to have that Gatorade Zero too. But I've done the Pedialyte thing before because with the gout, I'm supposed to stay extra hydrated and all that stuff.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Pedialytes. What are those?
So Pedialyte, it's what you like give a kid, like a child, usually for if they're dehydrated or whatnot. But
right. Why are you drinking children's dehydration liquid?
I love a child's drink. You know what I mean? I always, when I go to the doctor, I get a push pop. I get some Pedialyte. You know, I get ring pops. I love a ring pop. You
get a little thing of raisins.
Oh, just very small. Very small.
My producer and friend Kevin Tinkin, he gets small things, okay? He gets very small things. He gets very small pay from this. He gets very small bags of raisins when he goes to the doctor. When he goes to a bar and orders a Guinness, he drinks it out of a fucking sippy cup.
Always.
Because we're at the end, folks. Start being creative. All right? Start doing fun things. Go into a big pub and say, I want a sippy cup of Guinness. Fuck it if the bartender's hostile. You don't have to fucking kowtow to some big guy with several tattoos, including teardrop tattoos. Anybody can get a teardrop tattoo. It will just be hard to get a job. All right, everybody. Well, we have a good show coming up.
Got a great show. We got a fantastic show. And of course, just as a reminder, all these shows, we post them on YouTube. So they're out there for folks. So
right.
if you're not subscribed to YouTube, make sure you do that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We will be right back with Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.
And now set your cares at ease and let your mind rest easy with guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Namaste, everybody. Namaste. Okay. I want you to roll your shoulders. And by roll, I don't mean rob, the way people get rolled in alleys or rolled, you know, rolled by a gang, or rolled, you know what I mean. Just roll your shoulders up and down, just up and down, and to and fro. Shake out your arms. Shake out your arms unless they're broken. A lot of people had their arms broken by the police recently, protesting the Roe v. Wade, overturned by the Supreme Court, the evangelical lunatics who run the Supreme Court. So, if your arm wasn't broken in a protest, shake it. If your arm was broken, have it looked at. Okay, and now, with your first in-breath, I want you to visualize a silver ball. A silver ball going around a roulette wheel, and you have put your child's college education money on the number 11. And that silver ball is rattling around that roulette wheel, and the roulette person yells out 25, and you have lost all the money for your child's college education, and it looks like another Pepitone will be an Instacart deliverer and not a high-powered surgeon. Breathe that in. Breathe that in. That you have no
no self-control, that whenever you go to a gambling place, you have no control at all, and you will even ask the roulette wheel operator if you can pawn your Zoloft just to get a bet in. Okay, breathe down in. Now, with your out-breath and your child no longer able to go to college, with your out-breath, I want you to see yourself suffocating your enemies with a small throw pillow that has 2 or 3 beautiful birds on it. So with your out-breath, I want you to be smothering, suffocating, whatever the word is you want to use, but the pillow is right on that person's face, and they are trying with their last breath, but this is your out-breath, but with their last breath they are struggling, but you overpower them. Breathe that out, you overpower them, and now the struggle has stopped, and you know that you have gotten rid of an enemy, someone who works for Ralph's or any grocery store, because they keep not taking your coupons. They say it expired, and you say, well, give me a break. And they say, no, this expired. And you say, please give me a break. All right. Now, with your next in-breath, I want you to realize that you're no goddamn good. Just realize that all of these self-help gurus, all of these monks and spiritual people who tell you that you're nothing but beauty and light, realize that they don't know you. They don't know you. You are a piece of shit. Breathe that in. You're a piece of shit. You'll take money from people. You won't pay it back. You will try to hit a golden retriever on a rainy LA night. You'll do anything to hurt. Breathe that in. And now, with your out-breath, I want you to feel a hot, scorching, razor-like discomfort. With your out-breath, I want you to feel a hot, scorching, razor-like discomfort, as if 2 squirrels fighting in a bag were in your throat because you don't take care of yourself and you drink. You drink late at night, you wake up with every part of you inflamed, and you know that an ointment to help the inflammation won't be coming out till 2055 or 2052, depending on who you listen to. I want you to breathe that terrible, terrible hot razor-like inflammation, because you don't take care of yourself, because you don't value yourself, you don't honor yourself. Breathe that out. Ooh, there you go. There you go. And now with your in-breath, I want you to breathe in just the screams of one person who is lost in the woods, and it's getting cold, and they're just screaming for help, and there's no help coming. Breathe down in. Terrible screams of someone who knows they're going to die just because they thought they could lose a little weight hiking, and they got lost. And now, with your final out-breath, I want you to die. I want you to just fucking die and leave me alone. podcast.
Thank you for joining us for Guided Meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Hey, everybody, our guest today, comedian extraordinaire with the new podcast. This is CJ Sullivan. He has a new podcast with Sean Bear Flannery, and it's called the Blackout Diaries. CJ, welcome, baby.
Eddie, thank you very much for bringing me in. And yes, that is me, extraordinaire, CJ.
Yes. And I don't call many people extraordinaires because it's just hard to fit into a sentence. But the Blackout Diaries, your podcast, let's talk a little bit about it. Talk about it.
Sure. It is a storytelling podcast. It's from a live show in Chicago that's been going on for over 10 years.
Whoa!
At Lincoln Lodge, a place you performed at a few times.
I'm going back, baby. Hold it. Let me. You're giving me an opportunity.
Plug, and that's why I'm here to help you catapult plug.
That's right.
I love when I interrupt guests telling me about their podcast, and I'm like, I will be at the Lincoln Lodge in Chicago, August 14th to 15th. By the way, I really do love that place.
It's great. It's a staple out there. Longest independent running comedy show, I think.
Right. It's got a new venue or newish with Mark Geary running it. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it is. Great new place there.
Like that. I like you. I like the cut of your jib. Yeah, something like that.
I mean, I'm going to agree with what you say, and then I'm going to tack on a few details. It is correct. Yeah, that is correct. It is they have a new venue. It's great. Couple of
so tell me, it's been a show for 10 years?
It's been a live show. So what it is, it brings in comedians and other civilians who contribute to society, firemen or whatever. It's a storytelling show. It's usually got some audio visual. It doesn't have to be around drinking, but it usually is a story about got away from you, one night a great kind of drinking story. You play it to the crowd, and then then there's a Q&A afterwards because you can't believe what you just heard, and then
that's great.
Yeah,
it's things like that. So on the podcast, you'll hear we have a library of all these stories already recorded. So you'll hear the story from the live show. Then we'll have that guest in to do a little Q&A, and then the rest will do some kind of category of drinking history.
Right. Now, I remember now this show, and there have been offshoots of this show because it's, a lot of people like to fuck it. It's fertile ground, right? For fucking wild, out of the box stories because people are drunk out of their minds, along with a combination of pills in my case.
Sure. All drugs are accepted into the Blackout Diaries
you see, that's what I like about the Blackout Diaries is that they don't fucking discriminate. Whatever kind of addict you are, you can tell your story in the Blackout Diaries. But
so if you're at home and you're thinking, well, what is my story of freaking out on shrooms worthy of the Blackout Diaries? Just because I was working at Cedar Point that day. Yes, it is. We're saying we'll take it all in. If you say whatever, you operated the roller coaster on mushrooms, fine. If you have pictures, we'll put you on.
Did that actually happen?
Yeah, that was actually one recorded today.
Is that right? Somebody operated a roller coaster on mushrooms?
Yeah, on mushrooms. And then he asked to be switched off to another, a different ride that wasn't as dangerous, thinking that they'll just accommodate that and not call the police.
Oh, shit.
And that's exactly what happened. So, but then the police apparently which I found out today, which I don't know if it's true, but the police said, well, where are the mushrooms? He goes, well, I took them all, so you're not selling anywhere? All right, well, there's nothing legally we can do if you digested all the mushrooms. So the cops just let him go, I guess, onto the teacup ride for about
That's what I like at the teacup ride. You could still fuck people up if if you're on hallucinogenics on the teacup ride. Oh, yeah. I one time did the teacup ride. I was stoned. And I did the teacup ride, and it would, it does this weird loop.
Yeah.
And I just dove out. I dove out of the teacup ride. what was it? It was an espresso. There was the teacup ride, and then there was the espresso ride, and I would go
then there's an Nespresso for kids.
There's Nespresso for children.
You dove into that, then you went diving back and forth.
Anyway,
right.
these are beverage.
Nespresso.
These are beverage jokes. Everybody loves them. But here's what I wanted to say.
George Clooney gets a cut of all of this.
That motherfucker.
It's ridiculous.
He got billions for selling a tequila company. Do you know that?
God.
Yeah.
Well, it's from his heritage, so let him have it.
It's what? Oh, yeah, okay. Whatever.
I'm sure his family grew up on a tequila agave farm or whatever.
An agave farm. Get George, stop eating the worm and fucking get the goddamn weeds picked. We have tequila to make. CJ's got Blackout Diaries. If we don't get tequila out, tequila, by the way, and I don't know if you can rate your Blackout stories, but tequila would be the drink that would fuck me.
That's what they say, and they always love saying, if you eat the worm, you hallucinate.
I never
Not
did
the bottle
that.
of tequila it takes to get to the worm. It's the actual worm that makes you hallucinate. Yeah, and I'm sure that.
Yeah. But
Rosemary Clooney actually said that, speaking to bring it all back together.
Rosemary Clooney, a terrific, expert on the worm in tequila. Her last album, I believe, was all about the worm. It was called The Worm Turns, and it really was a terrific little LP. Here's what I wanted to ask you is I thought, tell me if you think this is a funny idea, because Blackout Diaries, horrible things happen when people are drunk, and I just thought it'd be funny at one of these shows. I was thinking of doing this as a video, but you're talking about having all this crazy kind of fun, and I think everybody in a Blackout Diary story is always shitting their pants. There's a lot of that, right?
Well, a lot of shit, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then I was thinking, what if the stories turned really dark, and then I plunged a knife into her. And then I didn't know what to do. I mean, I had to get bleach for the car. I had to use my father's forklift to try to bury her, on a piece of property. You know what I mean?
And you still have video slides, the whole thing. Like you're going through one show. I mean, you joke, Eddie, because that's what you do. That's why we love you here for it. But the people do kind of slowly admit to crimes during the stories. And
but nothing like that, I bet.
Right, nothing like that bad, but certainly.
Like theft.
State lines.
Theft. Do they admit to? I admitted to theft. My big drunk story is
theft for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, theft is part of being drunk, right?
Yeah, if you're not stealing, you're not drinking.
You're not drinking. That'd be a great sign over a bar. Like, if you're not stealing, you're not drinking.
You're right, absolutely. If your first inclination is to be a klepto.
By the way, Heidi sent me this thing that a listener on your podcast. A listener tells the story of his buddy being so hungover he didn't realize a search party was launched on his behalf.
Holy shit!
That is fucking funny.
And he joined the search party looking for himself. That was made it funny.
That's what criminals do.
Yeah, so exactly, kind of like the pyros who go check the house they burned down. They're the first one there.
Yeah.
This guy's in the woods with a flashlight, yelling out his name. What's this guy's name again? You, buddy. We're looking for you.
You're looking for me? I'm right here. He's here. And then that other guy is like, he's right here.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. Let's wrap this up. We can go to the bar.
We can go to the bar, and then it cycles back.
And then it cycles again, right? Like, that's Pete. That's what he does.
He's fucking missing again. Pete is missing again. Well, just wait a day. He'll find himself. He always does.
Yeah, someone put an Apple tag on him or something.
An Apple tag. Oh, my God. Well, it sounds like a really fun fucking podcast.
Yeah.
It does. I mean... I I mean,
I didn't mean to interrupt your sincerity.
I rub people's noses in the fact that, you know, our country is being taken over by evangelical fascists. You know, fucking Europe is on fire.
Right.
You know, France is burning. London is burning.
We're going to die alone.
Well, that goes without saying. That has nothing to do with the apocalypse. That's, you know, just bad life habits. But your podcast is a diversion.
Alone, I say, though.
The what?
Yeah. The dying alone is a small price to pay for living alone, I say.
That's true. That's true.
I agree with you. That is fucking well put. That is well put. This is why the guy has a very funny podcast.
So we're all burning. I didn't mean to interrupt. We're all burning. Europe is burning. Europe's handling that pretty well, I think, for being burning alive.
Well,
they're still drinking the teas, and they're shooting videos of them fire like from through the trains and stuff. Like they're still being very polite about it, I think.
Yeah. They're more civilized than us.
They are. They know how to. They handle things in stride. They don't have to make everything a goddamn ranting TikTok videos. You know what I mean? They're just, but they're not demanding people's jobs for it. They're just dealing with it.
Yeah.
They just in different accents, you know, like, hey, dude, they fire. Bobby, they fire. This is in Norway when there's fires, but it's in the northern part of Europe, so there aren't many fires. They usually just have trash can fires in Norway. Like, God damn it, Bob, you put out the cigarette in the trash can? The accent's fucked up, but
he's from the he's from the Hackensack part of Norway.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say was that, like, we rub people's noses in the fucking collapse of this country and the collapse of civilization. You know, drought here in the West. Do you have a plan to get out of here if there's drought? I mean, if the drought continues, like the water supply, because I don't want to be making weapons in my kitchen, makeshift weapons, you know, trying to keep off hordes of people because I have, you know, a gallon of smart water. Right. No, we all need an exit strategy. I hear you. Kind of like storm chasers, but I want to do that for mass shootings and kind of just follow the one that you hear the noise and just try to jump in the middle and like bow out, if you will, you know? I'm kind of just trying to I see. That's your exit strategy, just to jump in the middle of a mass shooting.
Yeah, exactly. Not to take it out, but just to join in, kind of give them a target, maybe a scope on my head, and just kind of say, let me
do me!
Yeah, let me volunteer my services. pull the
Wait a minute. And the guy who's shooting up the Pottery Barn is like, wait a minute. Is that CJ Sullivan from Blackout Diaries? CJ, I have a great story. It's this, actually. Yeah. I'm fucking whacked.
You should see how I got here.
Yeah.
Right. And I'd say, no, take me out. I'd rather do this than have to turn my faucet off in between brushing my teeth and conserving water for everybody. Just take me out.
Yeah. So, CJ, have you been touring at all?
Yeah, it was a little bit. It's been fun. I just came back from New York. I'll be at Rick Brunson's House of Comedy in Minnesota next week. 2 weeks at the Great Mall of America. And then that's where I'm hoping maybe the next mass shooting could happen. The Great Mall of America. Yeah. And I'm going to take out whoever the good guy with the gun is. Take him out and say, let's hear the first guy out. That's all I want to say. Let's hear him out. Maybe he's got some good things to say.
That'd be funny. Like you're what they call a bad Samaritan. Right. Like you take out the good Samaritan.
The only guy who could take out a good guy with a gun, taking out a bad guy with a gun, is a pretty questionable guy with a gun.
But everybody's got guns.
That's the most important thing I want to get across here, is that everyone has guns, trained or not. That's the only way to solve any kind of problems. Inside of a mall, at least. Outside of a mall, maybe not. But inside the mall.
Outside of a mall.
You should be issued a gun going into a mall.
That would be funny if you're like, where are you going, sir? Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh, you're going to need an AK-47. Where are you going, ma'am? Yogurt land? Oh, take the Glock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only need a 22 to get to Spencer's. Sure, you're fine. Everything is a gun.
This shit is actually terrifying, but that's the point of this podcast is like, what the fuck are you going to do, man?
No. It's ridiculous.
So you're going to Minnesota. Where'd you play in New York?
I did Governors out in Levittown for the weekend, but then during the week I did a bunch of spots at the Comic Strip and the Stand. The Stand's actually really out there now. All of a sudden.
It's good, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like
I'm thinking of moving back to New York. I don't know if it will happen.
You should. It was great. I mean, obviously, except for the summer in the city, 'cause it's the steam there just gets right in your mouth. It's just like, oh my god, it's like it gets right to the point. The heat there. It's just like, let me just get every kind of gross particle inside of you.
Yeah,
and out there. But no, it was great. The Stand was fun. Comic Strip was fun.
The Comic Strip is still there. I thought it was gone. Is it still on the Upper East Side?
Yeah, it's still there, and actually, it's fun. I did two nights in a row. The second time, and it was like for some 85-year-old's birthday party, and I had no idea. They're just putting comics up and just running up the rotation, and next thing you know, and they're like on hour 2.5 or whatever, the audience, and they were just
oh my god,
cool. No, it was great. Like, this makes sense. This makes all the sense.
Yeah. Oh, that's where I want to be on my 85th birthday, is at the Comic Strip with some of my 85-year-old friends.
Yeah. Listen to this.
Where? Put on Bill Burr. Bill Burr.
Wait a minute. This guy was on At Midnight 6 years ago. We gotta listen to him first, Esther.
Esther.
Christ. I don't know why I went with Esther there, but
all right, brother. So tell people where they can find your podcast and all that good stuff about it.
Sure. No, it's where all pods are told, your apples.
Right.
But Starburns Audio is putting it out.
Oh,
there,
nice.
So so that helping us out. By the way.
That's great.
How do you reach us? So other than that, anywhere you get your pods are told. Apple, Google, however you got. Flickster, Twixter, I don't know.
Ooh.
Pod Daddy, I don't know.
There's a lot. Pod Daddy. You're thinking of another thing. You're thinking Pod Daddy is a nude podcast, and it's virtual reality touching, and you can only do it after you've been to Trader Joe's. See, that's how my sets go too. Like, I lose steam in the middle, and people then are like, they look up at me like, what is going on? What is going on with you? Why didn't you prepare? All right, CJ, thank you so much, brother. For coming
Kev,
on.
I appreciate it. I appreciate coming
Everybody
on.
should,
fans.
Yeah, everybody should listen to the Blackout Diaries with CJ Sullivan. And is it Sean Bear Flannery?
Sean Bear Flannery. He is we both run the show. He runs a live show in Chicago for a while. It's basically his baby. And Bear is his wife's name. He took it.
Oh shit!
He took his wife's name in the middle, and he kind of did it by accident. Not by accident, but like he mixed up the order or something. He's got a funny story about how he did it.
He was drunk.
I think he had to change genders to get the paper right or something. I don't know.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming on, my man.
Oh, thank you, man. Everything was great. I didn't care. Thank you. Appreciate it.
It was great.
Absolutely.
All right, bud.
All right, bud.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Yep.
That was CJ Sullivan, everybody, with his... that is a funny idea,
I love that idea. That's great.
Is Aaron here? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's stop it.
Well, hey, we'll just do a quick...
All right, I'll do a quick wrap, Aaron. Hold on. All right, that was CJ Sullivan, and you should listen to the Blackout Diaries. That does sound fun, huh?
Yeah, it's a great concept. Drunk stories are always solid.
Yeah, but isn't that a funny idea that I had, that they go into murder? Or just horrific shit, like I cut my dick off and I stuck it in the pharmacist's mouth, and people are like, whoa,
wow. It's like, this isn't funny. Like, no, this is bad. There's a cop. He's grabbing his gun.
He's in the audience.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We will be right back with more Apocalypse Soon. The podcast with no upside.
And now, checking in with Al and Margret, a couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
Margret, I'm going to make lasagna and pea soup, okay? Whoa, 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 Al. Whoa, Al, they don't go together. What do you mean, Margret? Come on, pea soup is the starter, and then we go to lasagna. Al, how do you pair lasagna with pea soup? Pea soup, first of all, should be in cold weather. We're going through a brutal heat wave here in Massachusetts. Margret, come on. Why talk about the weather when it comes to eating? We're indoors. We control the temperature here inside Eddie Pepitone. What, Al? I'm sorry. Do you not want to break down that wall that we are really inside of Eddie and not living in Massachusetts making soup and lasagna? Yeah, I mean, I thought we'd get into it a little. You know, like, let's talk about dinner. Let's talk about the fact that we're going to go to a ball game tonight. See the Red Sox play over in Fenway. That's a long ride from Massachusetts. No, it isn't. You're right. Boston is in. But, Al, we're right at us outside of Boston here in Massachusetts. I thought we live in New Hampshire. Anyway, look. Margret, pea soup. It's delicious with crackers. You know it. And we love pea soup, especially at Anderson's, which is on the 5. We always go to Anderson's pea soup. What are you talking about, Al? You know what? You're the cutest little button I've ever seen. Margret, don't start singing. You know I don't like. Oh, come on, Al. Let me sing a little bit. You're the cutest little roofer I've ever seen. The cutest little. Ah, now you got me going. And you're the cutest little hoofer I've ever seen. I'm a hoofer. I'm a roofer. I'm a hoofer. I'm a roofer. I'm a hoofer, roofer, hoofer, hoofer. Oh, wow, we are so entangled with each other. I am so glad that Eddie's insane. Aren't you? I mean, we never would have met if Eddie hadn't lost his mind because he lives in a country that really doesn't value human life. And he's living in the last stages of capitalism. And he has a podcast. Don't explain too much about him because then the magic goes out of our relationship. Look, taste the pea soup. Open your mouth, Mark. Here you go. Oh, it's too hot, Al. Oh, Al, I burned my non-existent tongue. You're a roofer. I'm a hoofer. I'm a roofer. You're a hoofer. Hey, Maggie, I got you a gift. Oh, what? Yeah. Was it expensive? No, because we don't exist. Oh, right. Can I see it? Here it is. Oh, my God, a bustier. Yep. Remember when we couldn't find it? Yeah, I do remember that. Oh, wow, this is a beautiful bustier. Where'd you get it? I didn't. We don't exist. All right. It's beautiful. Oh, wow, I'm going to put it on and wear it to the ball game. Come on, you don't wear this to a Red Sox game. Well, the Yankees are in town. All right, put it on. Fuck the Yankees. Oh, wow. I love when you say nasty things about the Yankees. Well, you know, it's a big rivalry, Margret. I know it is, Al, and I love chanting Cheetah sucks and A-Rod is a homo. I know, even though they're both long retired. Look, Margret, I just want to tell you that on the scoreboard tonight, I am gonna propose to you again. But we're already married, Al. I know, I just want to use the scoreboard. But Al, the scoreboard at Fenway is manual. There is no, like, digital thing that you could make a message on. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Margret, for saving me a lot of cash. You're welcome, Al.
All right, look, I gotta go finish up the lasagna.
Oh, Al, the greatest thing in our life is that both of us are non-existent.
I love you, baby.
And thanks for checking in with Al and Margret, a couple living inside of Eddie Pepitone's head. Aren't they cute?
Hey, everybody, that was our podcast, and if you can, please join Patreon. That's right, Patreon. It helps keep the podcast going, and God knows we really need it. You know, gas is high, inflation is high, so I'm asking you to take money out of your pocket and put it in mine. It's very simple. It's a very simple equation. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, become a Patreon member, go to eddiepepitone.com. Kevin, what else?
Well, I just want to let people know, if you go to patreon.com and you subscribe to Eddie's podcast, you're going to get some stand-up clips. You get you get an early release of the podcast on video form. Then the rest of them will show up on the YouTube channel as well. So go subscribe there. But yeah, and also the peace of mind that you get, you know, when you have subscribed and you support a great artist like Edward Pepperino next to me right here. You know, it's overwhelming, and it'll keep you through the night. Absolutely.
It really will. All right, everybody, that's our podcast. We got to get hip hopping along. Yo, 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 yo. We got to go, 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 go. All right, everybody, tune in next time to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no